lovely way to end a long day. Let me very briefly give back to you lots of things that we've been discussing during the day. We've heard a lot of words associated with leadership, and I think it's opportune to mention them. We've heard about accountability. We heard accountability across many of the panels during the day. We've heard about the force of example, the importance of leading with the example. We've heard about participation, representation. We've heard about coherence and how coherence builds trust, about how incoherence feeds mistrust. We've heard about living up to your principles, being capable of incarnating those principles that you believe in. I want to take three quotes that were mentioned during the day, which I thought were useful. One, referring to Albert Camus, you try to rebuild a new system while making sure that the current one keeps functioning. This idea that we may be tempted to throw our governance systems out of the window, but that maybe we've got to find a way to do with what we have and reform what we have in the direction of where we want to go. The idea that we need to sustain our causes, that sustain being behind certain causes, because that's how we would get to change our world around us, not just move from one thing to the next, but being very clearly behind a cause. I can tell you that I'm going to stand behind two causes in the next 2 years. One, Madam Secretary General of the United Nations. Two, alternation in the representation of the presidents of the General Assembly. In 78 years, only 4 women. It's not normal. So I will put my weight behind these two causes. I think if we all put our weight behind the causes that are dear to us, we will get to progress. Finally, this idea that we also heard that the world is not binary, that it's not just black and white, that there are lots of shades of gray, and that it's in those shades of gray that we sometimes need to find our spaces. Let me thank you. You've been engaging all through the day. You've participated, you've asked questions, you've challenged. You've said when you agreed, also when you disagreed, and this is the name of the game, as we all know here in Sciences Po. Let me thank in particular the men and women in the red shirts, and please give them a big applause. These are the student volunteers that have been curating this program, working with all of you. There is a few others that don't wear red shirts, but I know they've been putting a lot of work, a lot of effort into making it happen. They are part of the PSIA and extended Sciences Po family, working to make sure this works for all of us. Let's also give them an applause. Thank you also to our sponsors, the New York Times and the CMA-CGM, who have contributed to delivering this event. Many thanks. This is the end of the 9th edition, but let's make sure that we start preparing. You can take the rest of the day off, of course, but as from tomorrow, let's get ready to prepare the 10th edition next year. Thank you again, and thanks to our participants.